Welcome to Carly Tackles Smoked Eggs. For any project, you want to make sure that you're protecting yourself. And since it's springtime, I thought I'd try out the spring apron. I set my smoker to 200 degrees. I'm going to place 6 eggs on the smoker and then pull them off at different time intervals. I want to discover how long is optimal for the best smoke flavor and texture. Once they're off the grill, I'm going to chill them, peel them, and place them back on the smoker for a minimum of 30 minutes. So let's get started.
My smoker is set to 200 degrees and it's at its temperature. Using rubber tongs, I gently place the eggs on the top rack. I don't want them directly on the grates, but I have this rack that removes them from direct heat. I thought, it's always good to have a spare egg, so I went ahead and put on 7 just to be safe. Pull your egg off and put it in a bowl of really cold water with some ice. This will stop the cooking and let it chill. After it has time to cool down completely, you can lightly tap the shell against the side of the bowl. And it looks like 60 minutes is not long enough. 2 hours isn't long enough either. You can always increase the temperature on your smoker. 3 hours was starting to look promising, and then I realized, nope, not quite done. So I finally threw in the towel at 200 and increased my temperature to 230. So this egg cooked 3 hours at 200 degrees and an hour at 230. Since my other eggs were a bust, I really want to rip this one open and make sure the yolk inside is cooked all of the way. Since I went through more eggs than I originally planned, I went ahead and put more eggs on the grill and logged their times. You can find all of the times and temperatures in the video description below. It looks like bumping up the temperature was exactly what I need to do. As soon as my other eggs cook for the same amount of time, I will peel them and get them ready to go back on the grill for smoking. The rest of my eggs are done, so I soaked them in cold, icy water for a while to get them to cool all the way. That can really help you with peeling your eggs. And I also noticed that these eggs had a yellowish, smoky kind of color to them. I turned my smoker back down to 200 degrees before I put the eggs on. I'm also putting these eggs in groups of 2 just to make it easier for me to keep track when I'm pulling them off at different time intervals. You do not have to do this. Here is my first egg. It was pretty easy to cut into. I noticed it was still pretty white. Didn't notice a lot of that yellow smoky color. When I turned it into a deviled egg, I did not notice the smoky flavor. The texture was good. It was just like a normal hard-boiled egg. Wasn't too tough. Egg 2 was similar to egg 1 in color. It was also easy to cut like egg 1. When I turned this egg into a deviled egg, I believe I was able to pick up some of that smoky flavor, and the texture was still really nice, not too chewy. Egg 3 I cooked at different temperatures and times than egg 1 and 2, so please note that. I smoked this one for 45 minutes, and this is probably my favorite egg when I turned it into deviled eggs. It had some of the coloring of the smoky, I could taste it a little bit, but it wasn't too tough. You might be noticing that I'm doing more of a sawing action when trying to cut some of these eggs. The longer they smoked, the tougher they were. 50 minutes might be a tad too long to smoke an egg. But if you don't mind the tougher shell, the flavor is definitely there. Egg 5 and 6 cooked the longest at that 230 temperature. They cooked 2.5 hours. It may have been a little bit too long. Regardless, I smoked this egg for 55 minutes. The skin was pretty tough. You can see I was having trouble getting my knife through it. And when turning this into a deviled eggs, you can really tell the skin is tough. I do not like 55 minutes. Egg 6 smoked for 60 minutes. This I would not recommend. I'm having a hard time getting my knife to cut this egg nicely so I can still have a good shell for my deviled eggs. It's pretty tough. Definitely a lot of smoky flavor though, I could tell right away when I bit into it. It's just you might have to chew this egg a little bit longer at 60 minutes of smoking. The results are in. The egg smoked at 45 minutes was my favorite in terms of flavor and texture. I would say smoking an egg at 200 degrees for 40 to 50 minutes is ideal. If you want a little bit more of that smokier flavor and don't mind the toughness, maybe smoke it longer for 50 minutes. If you just want a light hint of smoky and you want that optimal texture, smoke it on the lower side, around that 40-minute range. Thanks for watching Carly Tackles Smoked Eggs. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you'd like to see more videos similar to this, please subscribe to my channel, Carly Tackles DIY, Tools and Gadgets, Tips and Tricks. And make sure you hit that bell to receive notifications when I release new content.